Welcome to Busan EFM News at 10. I'm Jenny He. A fire broke out in a factory in Gimhae, Gyeongnam Province today at 5:25 in the afternoon. The fire burned the whole one-story building in the factory and caused an estimated 180 million won of property damage. Firefighters brought the blaze under control in about 40 minutes. Fire authorities have started investigation on the cause of the fire. South Korea's central bank unexpectedly slashed the base rate to a record low of 1.75% today. It comes as an effort to shore up sluggish growth on top of concerns over the persistent increase of household debt. The rate cut is the first since October, when the Bank of Korea, or BOK, brought down the key rate to a then record-matching low of 2%. Bank of Korea Governor Lee Joo-yeol told reporters that a quarter percentage point rate cut was desirable, as growth is expected to fall below forecasts and inflation is also expected to fall. North Korea claimed today its decision to raise wages for its workers at the Kaesong Industrial Complex is a legitimate measure under its sovereignty. The North Central Special Development Guidance Bureau, which is in charge of operating the complex, made clear that it is not a matter to be decided through consultations with the South's government. Last month, Pyongyang notified Seoul of its unilateral decision to elevate the minimum wage from $70.35 to $74 starting in March. It also said it would collect 15% of their basic wage plus overtime payments as Social Security. Currently, the South firms pay 15% of the basic wage alone. The South strongly protested against the decision, suggesting that the two sides hold dialogue on March 13th to discuss the problem. In local news, a new report shows that the MICE industry in Busan has grown drastically last year. An official of the Busan Tourism Organization said the number of meetings, incentives, conventions and exhibitions held in Busan last year was 9,440, which was an increase by 24% compared to the previous year. The number of meetings were the highest with 7,998, followed by 628 events, 564 conferences, and about 200 exhibitions. The number of MICE participants last year was about 4.8 million, and among them, around 115,000 people were foreigners. The commemorative ceremony for the 96th edition of the March 11th Independence Cheering Movement, or Manse Movement, took place at Dongnae Girls High School earlier this morning. The Manse Movement is one of the independence movements that took place at Busanjin Ilshin Girls School, the former Dongnae Girls High School, on March 11, 1919. The teachers and students of the school commemorated independence activist Park Cha-jong in front of the Manse Movement Monument Memorial. Government forces are advancing into Tikrit on several fronts, forcing Islamic State or IS militants to fall back to the city center, officials said. Soldiers and militia men have reportedly retaken areas and key sites in the north, south and west, including a police headquarters and a hospital. One militia commander said 75% of the city was under government control. Some 23,000 personnel are believed to be involved in the operation to recapture Saddam Hussein's hometown. It is the biggest offensive against IS mounted by the government since the jihadist group captured large parts